And I think we're good. Let me double check and see for sure. But I think we should be live right now. And we're live. Let's go. All right. Well, I've got this recording for my own personal VOD, so for anybody watching the VODs, welcome to the stream, and for anybody that will be joining us here shortly, welcome to the live stream. So right now I've got a few different assets that I'm working on. I've got this little Be Right Back screen with these adorable little Monchichi inspired little guys going on right now, as well as, if I can get rid of that real fast, I've got a end card screen that I'm working on as well. All of this stuff is just in the starting stages, in the pre-production stages. I also have this one right here, my little starting screen. I'm debating whether or not having it be a still image kind of thing, or putting my animation high school degree to use and doing a little animation as well. We'll get there when we get there with that. But for now, I just wanted to work on these assets during my live stream. Oh, and I also have this little offline screen right here that I'm going to be working on. But for now, we're just going to be starting with the little BRB screen. I think that for me, I personally had started up creating all these assets probably way earlier than I should have. Jewel, welcome. Oh, looks like the thing. Hold on. Technical difficulties. The chat is supposed to be behind me, so let me go ahead and edit and bring that to front. Move up. Alright, let's see. And this is move up. Why is it not letting me? I guess I'll just move the chat back then. Transform. No, order. Oh, that fixed it. There we go. Wanted my little guy to be in front of the chat, but welcome, welcome. As you can see, I'm working on some more little Twitch assets for the vibes that I'm creating for my new streaming setup. Very exciting things. But yeah. Let's see. So yeah, right now I had just gotten done working on a little bit more of a refined sketch for these little dudes. So I'm going to go in and do a more refined line artwork. Let's see. We'll just shrink all these together. Move that down. There we go. Perfect. All right. But yeah, it's been very exciting stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what they're inspired off of. That's kind of what my little avatar, my little PNG tuber is as well. Not directly Monchichi, but essentially it basically is. It was so funny because I had been in a huge debate of like, okay, what is the aesthetic that I want to go for here? Do I want to just, make me? Do I want to make more of like a persona type beat kind of thing? Like, what is it that I want to do? And I kept going back and forth about it. And then I finally decided, like that was one of my childhood little like things, as like literally like my mom would call me a little Monchichi. And so I was like, they're kind of making a comeback with everything, just with like everybody liking the little like mystery blind box little guys. And now I'm like seeing them everywhere again. So I'm like, I feel like this is some prime stuff to capitalize on, as well as just like casually like having furry energy. Cause like that's basically what they are, is they're just like, they're little monkeys. So I was like, this feels like a fun thing to have it be around, because I have a bunch of like other assets I had made preemptively, not realizing that I need to be a Twitch affiliate before I end up being able to use those things for like Twitch reward points and stuff like that, or anything else. And so I was like, all right, we're gonna have the aesthetic and have like eventually when I'm able to get to a point where I can have like subscriber benefits and stuff like that, that my chat is basically just going to be a little horde of Monchichis, which I thought would be so much fun, just getting to design a bunch of little guys. Because, like, they're so casually identifiable, and something that I think a lot of people don't realize they know what they are, even if they've kind of forgotten about them. So, exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. But yeah, I thought it would be the perfect way to kind of build up to Twitch affiliate by streaming my, process of making all of my little Twitch assets and stuff like that. And plus, if it gets enough traction, then I could have like, literal user engagement of like, hey, this is the kind of stuff that I would like to see, or like that I want. And it's like, cool. Then I can have even more engaging stuff that is like created for the people. And Labubify your audience. Yeah, honestly, that's kind of, I think, what brought them back was the whole thing with like Labubus and stuff like that, is that now you have all these random little guys, and so old like little creatures are making a resurface, because like you have stuff like Furbies and stuff like that that have kind of always been making their rounds, and like being new gen edited, like, stuff like Care Bears, and I mean, dude, even like just like cereal and like fast food mascots and stuff like that, like casually this stuff is still just kind of around, so this just felt like a perfect way to capitalize on something that I already was interested in and thought was really cool. So, and just kind of basically drawing it in a way that's like not completely like on the nose with what they are, but it's like, if you know, you know. That's basically what they are. So, I thought it was a very cute idea. Yeah, they're fine. But yeah, I just thought that with my love of the pre-production stages of creating things, I thought it'd be fun to stream my making of all of my different assets as they come along. So, fun stuff. Alright. Now this giant Apple Pencil. Actually, wait. It'll be better if I just do one big... Yeah, there it is. Perfect. But yeah, and plus, I've just been fiending for getting back into drawing things again, and I actually had so much fun doing, like, making my little PNG tuber. It definitely isn't perfect by any means, but it definitely, I think, I'm proud of it as, like, my first attempt at doing something like this. It works. Like, it works. I think it's a good first edition, like, version 1 of the model, because I was like, I had these 3 days off in a row where I was like, all right, you know what, I'm just going to sit down and I am going to work on these things to have something ready to go. And when I was going into these programs, like PNG Tuber Plus and stuff like that, I was like, dude, not only is this a free program, like the PNG Tuber program that's running my little guy right now, it's free, and it's also something that seems like it's constantly being updated, almost kind of like how Procreate is, where you've just got like new, better features that are coming out however often they decide to update it. So it's like, there's just so much cool stuff that I would love to just keep updating my little guy, and maybe even getting to a point where I could do like PNG tuber commissions, because I'm definitely not at a point where I could like confidently do like what is it, like VTuber, like full on 3D VTuber stuff, because that's a completely different beast. And I think maybe one day I could get there, you know, I could get to that point. Like I hope I can, but it's definitely something where it's like that is a completely different behemoth for me to tackle. But the PNG tuber little guys, I can confidently say that this was fun. Like I enjoyed making like this guy, like my guy. So I think that would be a fun thing to tap into, is tap into that market of like creating PNG tuber assets. Because I really started to think about it and I was like, there are so many resources that these can be used for. Because like immediately, of course, my nerdy brain went to D&D. Like imagine hosting a D&D game, whether you're doing it, like whether you're streaming it, whether you're you're content creating it, as far as like YouTube or anything like that. But like imagine having your own little PNG tubers of your characters, and like, you know, everybody's doing their thing. Maybe people are doing voices, and it's like the immersion level that can add. That just seems like something that would be so much fun that I feel like should be more tapped into, because I've seen it. Yeah, that like you could do that with just about anything, you know, like any form of role-playing, whether that was Minecraft or whether that was D&D or any other game you wanted to do. Like obviously it's utilized a lot for streaming specifically, like that's the market that exists right now. But I think now it's slowly becoming something more, I guess more accessible, or more people are aware of it. And I think more people are fiending for just more human created content, especially with all of the like AI slop that's going around. It's like you can use this stuff and like this technology and these assets for so much more than just streaming. Not to say that there already isn't, you know, a very large market of people that want that for that specifically, but I'm just saying I was using it and just being the jack of all trades that I am for like so many different interests. I think it could be very cool to see that. I would like that. I would love to be able to engage with people like that want that, and then being able to like see their excitement of like, oh my god, I can just live act my little guy, you know, whether it's on stream or whether it's for a personal project or like whatever, you know. I just think that'd be cool. I think that'd be very fun. But that might just be me, but I think hopefully if like that's kind of what I become known for on my own personal platform of like, hey, I love making stuff, like no matter what that stuff is, whether it's stuff like this that's just like, you know, assets for personal projects, or whether it's, you know, something that's like commissioned or for a friend, that it's like, hey, I know how to do this and I enjoy doing this. Because like obviously that's why the market exists for stuff like VTuber modeling, because it's like that stuff takes so much patience. So it's like, I respect it. So I'm like, if there is this market that exists for this thing, I think we need to broaden the horizons of what that means, you know? Like how much farther can we go with it? I just think that's cool. Let's see. Yeah, this is looking cute. I think I should also have yeah, we'll just take it one step at a time. Yeah, because like as soon as I got into the mindset and like was making all this stuff, immediately my brain was like, oh, I'm gonna make this and I'm gonna make this and I'm gonna make this. And that's just, you know, for my own personal interests and want to draw alone. So I'm excited to just make stuff, but I would really love it to be able to get enough of a platform that I could supply that to other people that want it, that maybe didn't even realize they wanted it until I had said something or had offered it out. Because this stuff's fun. I really love this stuff. I really love the making of just cool creative things that people can have fun with and utilize however they're going to utilize. Because I'm realizing now, and like I've been using Twitch so much more just as a consumer, because I just realized that, you know, we're as human beings, especially just like people that are artists and stuff like that, we're fiending for some good human-made content that it's like I don't really have a big preference of how it's served up. I just want to see more of it, especially because there's such a pushback because of other things going on. So, there we go. Yeah. I don't know. I miss doing art a lot, and I thought that, you know, if I kind of have another outlet of something else to almost not necessarily keep me accountable, I don't think is the right terminology, but just kind of to keep me engaged. That's it. To keep me more engaged and have this other source of serotonin of like, hey, I'm engaging with a live audience, which is so much fun. Both as somebody that's been in the audience and now is doing my best to create my own platform. That's been the thing I think I'm most excited about starting to do this, is creating a community, being a part of a community, and engaging with other people that are on that same wavelength. That's always been my favorite part, especially like for me, who's moved all over the place and has all these people that I know all over, like damn near all over the world, but being able to have something to not only stay connected to those people that I know in person, but have a way of staying engaged in a format that feels more personal. No, that was me. That has been me. You know, just going to work and like always having these ideas and like trying to, because like I tried to fill that void with D&D, you know, and I think for a while it definitely worked, utilizing D&D and stuff like that, and I definitely still am committed to doing more stuff like that and accepting my role as a perma DM, which has been totally good and fine and all, but it's still something that I think at the end of the day, you know, is reliant on others. Like obviously, you know, it's a multiplayer engaged game and thing you have to put a lot of time and energy into, which, you know, like, of course. And I have no hard feelings to anybody about it, but it's still something where it's like my mind's always going with ideas and like stuff that I want to do and make and be engaged with. So it's like I think it'll be better to have both, like to have D&D as an outlet that, you know, when people want it and when people are ready and when it's available, because adult scheduling's hard, man. That's its own behemoth on its own. So I think having both and finally committing myself to making this, like just to start streaming, to just start doing it, and like the fact that I have these little attainable goals that I'm starting to make for myself, as far as like, oh, well, I want to stream and I have all these ideas, but oh, I can't access certain tools until I become Twitch affiliate. So it's like it really helps my brain the way that this specific service is set up, because like it almost, I feel like feels like what Art Fight did for me, where essentially it's like it's the community at the end of the day, where it's like it's such a large pool of people that it's always getting poured into, that you feel more of a drive to stay engaged, because it's not just reliant like D&D is, where it's like, okay, it's just this smaller, in the grand scheme of things, smaller group of people that as individuals of a smaller group you feel a little bit more pressured. But when you're a part of this bigger community that, you know, is always getting poured into by so many different people from all over the world, literally, it feels more alive, and I really enjoy that, and I think it's something that really helps me stay on top of using that energy, because that energy is going to be there. That want to create is always going to be there, and I'm always going to be able to, like, you know, like when everybody's ready when it comes to D&D stuff, it's like, yeah, I'm good to go, let's do it. But for those times where, you know, it's just consistently stuff happens, because that's, you know, that's just life. But when stuff consistently happens like that, it's like I still have that output of energy. I still want to do things with it, and I'm not going to hold that against anybody, but I still want to do something with that. And I think that this is going to be a very good balance for me to have that mix of different outlets that I can pour into, with one of them, with this being a source that it's like I can pour into it whenever I want, as much as I want. And keeping this baseline of like, all right, well, I know for sure that I always have this window of time, this time, this Wednesday, for like 2.5 hours indefinitely. And so I can stick with that as like the bare minimum, and then fill in the gaps any other time that I want to, when it's like, because I'll just sit around and I'll just think about the stuff that I want to do, where it's like, you know what? I can just set up stream real quick, let everybody know, hey, I'm going to be streaming in like half an hour. Here's when this stream that wasn't scheduled is going to happen. Come hang out. Come chit chat. Let's talk. Let's build this little community where it's like, yeah, I want to give people that outlet, whether it's just background noise or whether it's like more serious engagement of like, yeah, let's talk shop. Let's output this energy into something and feel a little bit more engaged. Because that's what I've been missing, I feel like. And it's something that I really like and enjoy. So I'm like, I just need to do it. I just need to take those first steps and do it. And I am so glad that I did. Like, this has been something that just seeing it come together, seeing my little PNG tuber start, like it just bit by bit started feeling more real. And I'm like, I can do this. I can commit to, at minimum, 2.5 hours once a week. And if anything, I feel like with just that bare minimum, it'll make me want to do more. It'll make me want to stay engaged longer. And, if something happens, and I, can, the dream ultimately is to, have this be a full-time thing. I would love that. Like, that's where the big end goal would be, is being able to do that, because I would love that if that ended up coming to fruition. But at the same time, it's like, expect the best and prepare for the worst, where the worst isn't even that bad. The worst is I just have a cool little community, however big, however small, that we're just hanging out. I'm just drawing, and I love this. So whatever ends up happening, I know I'll be happy. So either way, I wanted, at the end of the day, I just wanted to draw. That's kind of what it ultimately came down to, is like, I want to draw. And this is a way that helps my brain stay engaged with it and stay committed to it. Because then my mind isn't like, oh, this could be better, and I'm sitting there by myself just thinking of all the ways of what could go wrong, thinking of what could be better, and then I end up doing little to none of anything that I had in my head, where it's like, I have this, and my brain can, if anything, more so focus on recording, on streaming, and then just naturally it's like I've sat here for not even 30 minutes, and it's like I this feels great. Like, I love this workflow. And what's even better is it's not work. This is fun. I'm just doing this for me. Like, that's the ultimate thing, where it's like I can just do this whenever I want to, and nobody can stop me. And that feels powerful, and I enjoy that a lot. But I also I'm like super duper excited for, like, I know that Twitch affiliation isn't something that's too difficult, at least from what I've seen with like what the requirements are that you need to meet. That it's like, I know that'll definitely happen as I keep streaming. And honestly, that's the part that I'm so excited for, is being able to go ahead and create a more, oh, I shouldn't have done that on that layer. There we go. Being able to create a much more in-depth, what's it called? Just like a streaming platform, as far as like being able to create little Twitch rewards and points, and being able to create a Twitch reward that allows people to be like, ooh, can you, like, creating a little draw request one. Because like, I love drawing things for other people. That's like, I love seeing people's reaction and being able to bring people's little ideas to life. Because it's like, I think about the stuff I really enjoy when it comes to what's it called? When it comes to like being someone that's watching a stream, where it's like I want to be engaged and I want to stay there, not just for mostly for like, oh, this is a cool artist, this is a cool community, but also it's like, oh, I can get a fun little drawing. Say less. I will be here. I will stay, and potentially one of these streams be able to redeem you, like whoever it is drawing something, and it's like that feels cool. That feels personal. I really like that. Because it's like I really tried with like other platforms, between the fact that you have the stuff going on with what's it called, Instagram and TikTok just being abysmal to creators across the board, where it's like I've already been trying my best to like wane myself off of being there, so it's like there's already that where it's like, okay, great, the platforms that were supposed to be good are no longer, which really sucks. But then I also, I had made my attempts to try and create like YouTube content, and I don't know, it was crazy just the fact that it's like it almost felt restraining even then. Like, and this is a thing that's like a lot of more long formatted than, of course, like TikTok and Instagram, where it's just still images and short form videos, that I almost felt constrained doing that, like having to like figure out a way to make something that felt good. It's like I think that like art streaming is the thing for me, because I enjoy having more of a conversation than just creating content that creates conversations. Like, the content's gonna come and go. Like, I will have stuff to make, whether it's for others, whether it's for myself. That's a never-ending stream. I know that's gonna be there. But being able to have that conversation with other people and like a live audience, it's like, that's really fun. I like that better. Just being able to kind of just exist and being able to, oh, whoops, wrong one. There we go. Okay, perfect. Yoink. All right. There we go. Look at that coming together. But yeah, I just think that with everything that I've seen and observed from other art streamers and what I'm trying to do for myself, just as a means to keep the creative juices flowing, like, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this potentially turns into. And again, if it turns into nothing, I still have a great time just drawing in general. So and plus, it'll be cool too, because I really want to utilize this as a way to do more in-depth like art studies and just get better as an artist overall, which I always enjoy doing that more so with other people, and being able to get, live feedback. That's great for me. And I hope that's great for other people. All right, this is coming together really nicely. Let me lower the opacity to see how this is going. Yeah. All right, let's draw this. So I do need to see the better outline. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. I need to take a sippies of water. That's what I need to do. All right, water sippy time. Should probably move the mic away. Oh, I really hope this doesn't. Okay, there we go. That probably sounded wonderful. All right. I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to do that, because I bet that did not sound great, me touching the microphone. But a guy's gotta drink water. It's important. But yeah, so that's just kind of the vibes for what we got going for starting off, is just I'm just gonna work on assets, naturally, hopefully build up a little bit of an audience that enjoys chilling out. And then, you know, it is minimal, but I do have experience also streaming like games and stuff like that. So I think that could also be a fun thing to do, would be to do some game streaming eventually. But for now, I just want to focus on art streaming. That's kind of where I'm focused on right now. All good stuff. But I think it'll be a really cool thing to watch the natural evolution and development of just what this turns into. I'm excited. All right. What do I need to... Oh yeah, I need to do his little hand. Oh, man. I think that would be something cool, too, is to eventually do stuff where I've got other people. Like, I would love any of the Vegas crew to join in and just, whether it's literally just on call or whether that's, like, we're making stuff together. Because I know that there's, like, I forgot what it's called, but there's, like, a couple different programs where it's, like, we could all be drawing on the same canvas at the same time. I think that would be fun. There we go. Oh, and speaking of, oh, well, never mind. I just lost my train of thought. There goes that. That's fine. It'll come back to me, like, hours from now, and I'll be like, dang it, that's what I was trying to say. But it's okay. Ooh, we just got a wave of deja vu. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Alright. All the little guys, I think, are completed. Yeah. There we go. Alright, time for the bold outline. Magma, is that's the drawing program thing? Like the one where everybody can be on the same canvas at the same time? Yeah? Because I think that would be a fun stream, to just have everybody on call and link up different little guys to everybody's mics, so that way everybody knows who's talking. That could be fun. It's the most advanced one I've seen so far. Ooh, we'll have to check it out. Because that's something I've been noticing too. Just in general with people, like especially young adults as we are now. It just sounds so funny talking about, but I'm serious. Like, honestly, I think that all it's gonna take is just someone being like, "Hey, we're gonna do this thing," and everyone being like, "Okay," and then we do a thing. Like, I think that's kind of what it boils down to now. I think it used to be called Aggie, I think. Oh, actually, yeah, that sounds familiar. That might have been what I was thinking of, but yeah, it probably got updated, I figured, because I haven't even thought about that kind of programming in ages until starting to do stream stuff. So, alright, let's go ahead and do a little canvas flip to see how abysmal this will look. Womp. Alright. Not bad. Sweet. But yeah, I think that would be fun to just have people be involved. Because I think it becomes more fun when you've got other people there to just hang out, you know? I think it becomes not only more fun for the people that are engaged with it, but also I think as a viewer, it's nice to see that. It's nice to see people just hanging out, having fun. At least I think so. I think that's a fun time. Also, how's the audio and everything? How's as a professional YouTube editor, Jewel? Is everything looking and sounding okay? Because, like, I'm looking at it on my screen, and everything looks fine. I did, like, a couple different audio tests and things like that. But obviously, it's like, I don't know exactly how that's going to end up turning out on Twitch. But... Oh, really? You want to know something so funny? The microphone that I'm using is the microphone that's built into these little, like, pink cat girl like ears, like cat ears headphones that I got for Jay. And I was like, because I have my microphone from way back when that I was like, oh, it's because, like, I'm staying over at Jay's place most of the time. And so I was like, oh, no, I got to go get this, you know, this microphone that I have in my storage. And then I, like, noticed, I was like, oh, wait, these headphones are, like, they're gamer headphones. So it's like the microphone should be a good enough quality. So... I think that's hilarious for me, just the fact that it's like the current setup that I have. As always, my setups are kind of jank, but this just happened to work out really well, and it just happens to be that the pink gamer girl headphones that I got for Jay are the thing that's saving the day. So I find that delightfully hilarious. Because it honestly... I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that this little gamer mic that's built into these headphones is actually better than a completely separate microphone. And plus it kind of allows me to, like, be able to hear everything internally a little bit better because I'm hearing the headphone, like, audio, which I think that's kind of what most people tend to be listening on is headphones. So it kind of works out, but I think it's really funny, the setup that I've got going on right now. But yeah, just some fun, some hilarious behind the scenes info. Jay definitely finds it funny. And then there's me that's like, you know, if it works, it works. I don't mind. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this is looking so cute. Yeah, and honestly, I think maybe eventually I'll do, like, all these different animated assets, but for now I'm just going to do some cute little still images. Just as placeholders until I can get some more time and energy going. Because at this point I just want to have some stuff done, you know, even if it is just placeholders for a little bit. Oof, brother burp, goodness. But yeah, that's something that I think I hate when Procreate does that, where it's like, I put the line where I wanted it. Why did you move it for me? Or maybe I did, and I accidentally just bumped it. Could be my fault. If it is, I'm sorry I got mad at you, Procreate. But you are a little jank sometimes. I love this guy so much. This expression I was so happy to make, because all I could think about when I was drawing it was that one, like, cutscene we get in Delicious in Dungeon with, like, little young, Fallon, when she's, like, when Marcel's, like, remembering about her, and she's like looking down and talking, and she just had like just her little top lip. I thought that was really funny. So that's immediately what I thought of when I was sketching this out. I thought it was so cute. Like, this is just a perfect little creature. Can do no wrong. At least can do no wrong intentionally. Alright, where am I drawing next? Oh yeah, this little guy. Alright, take another sippies of water. Hopefully this doesn't... Ooh, slowly moving the mic. There we go. Oh, solid spike. Sippies complete. Alright, slowly moving the mic back. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't... Whoa, maybe a little farther away from my mouth. Perfect. Hopefully that doesn't screw up the audio too much. Oh, jeez. Okay. Don't want to completely butcher my first stream. There we go. But oh man, as I'm like drawing, I just remembered like, oh, it was so much of a pain having to figure out a way to get my Apple iPad to somehow show up on my non-Apple PC. Oh my gosh, I like tried at least 15 different ways of doing it, with most of these like videos I was like seeing being like, oh, you have to get this adapter piece and this thing to plug into this thing. I'm like, with all the technology that exists, you're telling me there is no way for me to just use some kind of cord to plug the iPad into the PC so it can see what I'm drawing. You're telling me that is so difficult. It was so frustrating. Like, everything else that I did to set up stream, as far as like creating a PNG tuber, drawing the assets, getting everything set up in a way that looks decent, all of that, piece of cake, not a problem at all. But getting the source content of me drawing on my iPad in Procreate, that was the hardest part. So frustrating. But thankfully I figured out a way, and it seems to be holding up very strong, which I'm super duper grateful for, because that was one of the things that I was scared about, was like the connection that I'm using crashing, or something bad happening, which, you know, knock on wood, like, please don't have that happen. I figured something out finally, and I was like, please just let this be something that works so I can just keep drawing. Because I do actually have a, what is it, like a XP pen, what is this? I can't see. Yeah, it's an XP pen tablet that I had gotten a while ago, and it's not even out of the box yet, but it's like a decent sized one, like over a foot in size, I don't know, but like an actual legit drawing tablet, because like I've only been drawing with iPad for about as long as I can remember. I've never actually had, other than like way back when, just having my little baby's first Wacom tablet. I've never had an actual drawing tablet for myself that I could see on the screen drawing with. So eventually I will make a different setup, and like I have Clip Studio Paint all downloaded on this PC and everything like that, so eventually I will upgrade my setup. But right now, just with the means of the apartment that me and Jay are in, I think that this will be the best thing to stick with for now. Which I don't mind. I love Procreate. I love my iPad so much. So this keeps it pretty efficient and pretty simple, which I like. I like this setup a lot. Doesn't feel as intense yet. Just kind of almost feels just like being on call and just drawing and hanging out, which I like that. It's good vibes. Good stuff. Ooh. There we go. Yay, it's coming together so well. All right, time for another canvas flip. That's all of the layers? Yes. Boink. Oh, it's so good. I'm so happy. All right, am I on the right layer? Hold on. Yes, okay, cool. But yeah, I'm excited that, like, I've been thinking a lot about, like, okay, once I'm done with all of my Twitch assets, once all of those are completed, at least to a point where I'm happy and I'm like, okay, cool, I've got everything ready to go, I'm excited to see what other creative projects that I will be streaming, because, oh my goodness, so many burps. I've got lots of stuff I could work on. Oh wait, let me turn on drawing assist. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And that's gonna go there. Perfect. There we go. Oh, this didn't connect, of course. Makes sense. Okay. But it'll be cool to see. I'm excited to see what direction the stuff I'm gonna make goes, as far as like, alright, well, maybe it'll go fast enough that I can start live streaming some commission work, or you know, whether it's just like personal creative projects. I don't mind, really. I just want an excuse to draw, which that's what I've done. I've given myself that. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, come on. There we go. Perfect. Is that all the stuff? Yeah. Alright, now we will unassist it and erase what we don't need. Yippee! Okay. Oh, it's too much. But again, I think something I would really love if it manifested would be being able to do Twitch asset commissions for other people, like creating emotes or PNG tubers or like banners or profile pictures. I think that would be fun, because I feel like then I would be able to create a lot of really cool connections and be like, oh hey, I drew that. I know that person. You know, that's the part that I'm most excited for, is potentially getting engaged with other art streamers. Because there's so many cool ones. There's so many cool people out there. Alright, let's lower the... We'll leave that one up and then just take that one down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Alright, perfect. And then... we'll just create a new layer with the drawing assist, and then... Oh wait, I think I erased that. Yeah, I erased that too much. Okay. Oof, I need to do a stretch. I've been going for 45 minutes. Big stretch. Alright. Okay. Drawing assist. We'll go up a few notches. Is that about the same size? We'll let it be a little smaller so that way the little guys can stand out a bit more. Ooh. There we go. This is drawing assist, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay. But yeah, what else can I talk about that's going on? I guess I would love to be able to have people engage with what they want to see as far as like Twitch rewards, because I already have, like, the ones that I already have in mind are, I want to do a drawing request redeem, I want to do a water reminder, because I know that'll be something that I'll need for sure, just for health and wellness. Oh, that didn't work out well. I want to do a stretch reminder. Once again, I need that for sure. And then a talk request. Like if anybody has any questions about anything or they want me to talk about anything in specific, I think that would be good. But it'd be cool to see what other people would be able to come up with that have been engaged with Twitch longer, or just have cool ideas that it's like I'll see them and be like, ooh, you know what? That is a big brain idea. I love that. I'm gonna use that. Because this is all fairly new to me. Obviously not the drawing part, in the slightest. I've always been drawing. I love drawing. But it'll be cool to see what the community that likes my stuff will be engaged with the most. Because, I'd like to think I have a good amount of stuff kind of in my mind of how I want things to play out, but it'll be cool to see what other people come up with, because that is the best way to get anything creatively done, is getting feedback and getting engagement from other people, getting different perspectives. Oh man, I need another stretch. Oh, good stuff. Oh, another burp. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Isn't that great for stream etiquette? Alright, I would say that is looking pretty good. Let me go ahead and boost up so then that way I can. Alright, what do I want to go to next? Probably just base coloring, right? Yeah, that'll be fine. Let me pull that up. Perfect. Okay, so I'll probably have them have about the same color of base skin tone. Boink. Maybe just a little bit more pinky, a little more red. Yeah, right there should be good. Alright. Perfect. Yeah. And that's, I think for me, something that will end up inevitably happening just because I'm going to be drawing more is being able to see the improvements of my art as time goes on, because doing this will mean that I'm going to be drawing more than I initially was, which I'm excited to see how that turns out with what I end up doing and how my art style ends up shifting because of it. Because I'm pretty happy with the current art style that I have and the stuff I'm able to make. But there's certain technical things that I definitely want to be better at, as far as rendering and certain materials and stuff like that. And I think that this will be the perfect place to practice those skills and put them to the test. Maybe not even the test, but just refining them. Yeah, that's a better word. Refining them. Ugh. I need to get a little artist glove, because my sweaty hand keeps making these random little dots, and it's so frustrating. Maybe that's something I'll invest in, is a little drawing mitt. I don't think those are too expensive. They shouldn't be, I don't feel like. Plus, it'll be good to have one of those for when I start drawing on my official XP Pen drawing tablet later down the line. Alright. Let's see. And then if there have been any notifications that have been popping up, I don't know if they're registering or not, because I did my best to set up, what was it? Different little general Twitch things as far as new followers and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure I didn't miss any of those. They should hopefully do a little audio prompt for me, even though I don't have Twitch open currently. I'll get better at creating more streamlined setups and knowing exactly what's going on at all times, but for now I'm mostly just focused with the core content that is drawing the things. Look at that little face. Oh, I love it so much. It's so cute. Oh, what layer are you on? Brace. Oh, not that much. There we go. Alright. This is coming out so cute. Yeah, I am very happy with my decision to have Monchichi aesthetic be the brand, that combined with like old school internet aesthetic. I think those two pair fairly well together. Almost like kind of early 2000s energy, I feel like. Good stuff. Honestly, some of the best vibes, personally. Early 2000s, between like 80s to early 2000s. Those range of aesthetics, I think are very nice vibes that I'm trying to tap into. Oh, so cute. Yeah, I think eventually I'll get to a point where I will utilize my animation skill. Oh, because I do have Procreate Dreams. I totally forgot about that. It recently had an update. I saw it, the new icon, and I was like, what is this? I'm like, right, this is Procreate Dreams, the animation program. Which I'm so glad I got it when it first dropped, because I'm like, if this is the Procreate I know and love, they're going to continually update this and make it a better program, and it will get to a point where it's so good, and I won't have to pay anything more for it because I got the first edition. So that'll be cool to see and maybe play around with that some more, because I did a little bit when it first dropped and it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's personally, obviously I'm biased because it's like I utilize Procreate, like the source material that is Procreate, more often for stuff, and like I've animated in Procreate, so that's kind of where my bias is. But it'll be cool to see what they end up doing with future updates of Procreate Dreams, because it's like it's a completely different program, and thankfully they work, both Procreate and Procreate Dreams work, it seems like, pretty well intermittently, that you can work on a lot of stuff in Procreate as far as a lot of the more technical stuff or the more detailed stuff. Oh, it looks like OBS Studios is disconnected and reconnecting. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh boy. What happened? What happened? Uh-oh. Hold on. Just a sec. Let me turn that off. I knew something was gonna happen. Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties. Let's figure this out. Okay, OBS Studios connected. Perfect. Alright, let's try this again. Let's start the mirror. Start broadcast. Alright, come on. Come back to me. Okay, don't know why that happened. But that should be back now. Okay, we're okay. We're fine. Okay. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, actually. Okay, that was a pretty quick fix. Whew! I was a little worried there for a sec. I was like, please don't do this to me. Alright. We're good. We're fine. We're good. Perfect. Okay. X that out. Okay. Cool. Whew! Alright, that was a little scary, but I think that I recovered that fairly quick, all things considered. Alright, getting back to it. Oh my gosh, that actually gave me a very small little heart attack. Alright. Thankfully it was just the iPad stream that seemed to cut out a little bit. But I think we're fine. Yeah. Might have just been some kind of Wi-Fi crash or something. No, if it was, then that means that the whole thing would have gone down. Which, let's not manifest that. Knocking on wood. Okay. Let's get a little eye shinies going. Oh, there we go.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. Whoa. Come on, Procreate. Keep it together. How are we holding up? Okay, we're fine. Perfect. Okay, you know what? If that's the worst thing that happens all stream, I will take it. That is okay. Oh, microphone might be a little close to my mouth. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, honestly, I should probably eventually switch over to doing more stuff on my XP Pen tablet because it'll probably be a little bit more stable of a streaming service. Okay, let me get these colors color picked, or if anything, let me just copy and paste them to this layer. Or did I? Oh wait, I fused them to the other one, so that won't work if I pull that up. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Copy, paste. Oh, no, wrong layer. Okay. Cut. Nope. Paste. Okay, sure, that works. That works. Okay. Alright, now we can bring that back down. Perfect. Whew. Okay. Alright. Is that, what is, oh, that's the symmetry line. That's okay, that can stay there. Right. Okay, right layer, perfect. Alright, how long has it been? Hitting 3 now? That's good. Okay, I'm seeing that the KBPS, whatever the hell that is, seems to not be doing well. So that, I will look into that for a future stream to figure out what it is that I can do to assist that, because that might have been whatever it was that crashed everything. But it seems to be holding out just long enough. So hopefully it'll at least make us to the end of this stream. As long as it does that, then I can take the time to workshop and figure out whatever's wrong with it to make it better for next time. Because that's all we can do, is just learn from what we did before and hope we do better the next time. Alright. Oh, I forgot his little tongue. We'll put it on this layer. No, we'll make it a more like peachy color. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Alright, and now we'll do this lad. I'm thinking, because I want to keep the same, like, colored little dudes. Maybe what I'll do is I'll have them be, like, specific characters. I think that'd be cute. If not, just kind of have them be ambiguous. Just different colors for every little Monchi-Chi that I create in any of my screens or my assets. But I think it'll probably end up going long enough where I will draw them enough and be like, yeah, well, this one behaves like this, and this one behaves like this, and these guys, you know, little relationships in between them and little stuff like that. Because my brain will just naturally do that anyways, and I think that that'll be something funny to explore. Because, like, I have... Oh, is that good enough? Wait, I think I need to... There we go. There we go. Because I have this one sketch. I should put these all together in a group, so I'm not having to constantly go around. But I have this, yeah, I have this one, and it's like, oh, there we go. No, come on, Procreate. There we go. I have all these little guys, and it's like, they gotta have little personalities, right? Like, they have to. So, I think eventually it'll end up happening, but for right now, they just look cute. They're just little monchies. But they feel very merchant. What is it? Advertisable? I don't know. There's a word that's in my brain that's not coming to my mouth, so they feel marketable. That's what it is. They feel very marketable and identifiable as far as little creatures. Because, I mean, of course, because, like, Monchichis are a thing that is a product that exists that has done well, question mark. At least in my eyes it has, you know. I've been alive for over 20 years and they still hold in my brain, so it's gotta mean something. Oh, there we go. I am so happy with how this is turning out. Oh, okay. KBPS is now in the yellow, which is better than being in the red, so I think we're doing okay. I think we're doing alright. Oh, and it's in green, and it's full green bars! Okay, so maybe it wasn't that. I'll figure it out. Oh, I accidentally undid something. What did I undo? Nope. Okay, whatever. Nope. Okay. Alright, we'll go from there. There we go. Alright, next little guy. Oh yeah, and something else to mention, because I just thought about it. I'm like, okay, maybe it's something that's getting strained on because I've got so many things that are open and operating with, like, the music and the like screen mirroring thing that I'm doing with my iPad. But it made me think of the music. And I am trying, there's something I'm gonna do to figure out how to get more personal music, so maybe some playlists going that can be recommended by viewers. But honestly, I have found some pretty chill and good vibes music that is royalty free that I'm honestly fine with sticking with. I really don't mind it. Honestly, it's been nice to have this playing in the background, but I would love some of my own personal music to be played, and maybe even learn about some music that I might like from people that submit stuff, some different music that I've never listened to before. Could be fun, but, you know, all things on the Post-it of progress. Alright, look at these little guys. So cute. Alright, now we will draw... What are we going to draw now? We're going to draw... What is this? This is a blank layer, so we will draw on it. We will draw the iPad. Okay, perfect. Oh, am I drawing above it? I'm drawing above my line art. Duh. Okay. Easy fix. Oh, what are you? I see you. Get out of here. Alright. Perfect. Probably should draw the pencil first. And that's just plain white, right? Yeah, that's just plain white. So we will darken the background color so I can see the difference. And then... Okay, correct layer. Perfect. Yeah, but honestly, doing this and now being able to officially say that I am now art streaming is making me feel more engaged and wanting to, you know, get better at drawing you know, because it's like I'm pretty confident in my ability with the combination of self-taught and a good amount of school. I think I got pretty good skills, but I think I've been out of it for so long as far as like having a structure within the realms of art that it'll be good to have some structure come back. All right, now we will brighten it up back to white again and draw the iPad. There we go. Yeah, so then that way I can draw behind the Apple Pencil. Perfect. Alright, I think, did that? Yeah, perfect. Alright, and then the iPad itself. Okay. Alright, perfect. And then we just take that there. Let's go! Okay, and then desk color. I should probably darken the background so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, background going dark. Perfect. Okay, correct layer. And now... Oh, honestly, I could probably just yoink. Yeah, that's much easier. There we go. There we go. Alright, and then the chair. What color should I make the chair behind me? What'll contrast well? I guess I should just draw in the background color itself and then decide from there. Yeah, because that's like what? That's gonna be this color? Yeah. Yeah, so we'll put that behind. And then, honestly, I should just use the color of the chair that I am sitting. So it's basically just like a slightly bluish gray, dark. Yeah, we'll put it like right there. And then do that so I can actually see it. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Make a bigger brush. I think I got the color perfect on that. Wow. When my eyes are an eyedropper tool. Okay, and then I will do a little bit of a gradient on that. Oh. Yeah, do a little gradient. Rectangle, boink, color fill, and Gaussian blur. Perfect. Look at that, base colors. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to create a layer on top and do some little fuzzies coming out of these guys with my line art pen. Should I do max? Yeah, max is good. Yeah, I like that. That's cute, yeah. I like those. Oh, maybe not. Because this pen almost doesn't do a good job of... Maybe I use this one? Does this have the color? Let's see. How about... let's see. Is this a good brush? No, it's too... Actually, you know what? We will use this one, and we will just take it slow. Oh, nope, wrong one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and duplicate the layer to get the effect I want. These will just go in for now. Yeah, we'll just put a few. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We can always add it in later. And then, should I handwrite or should I do the font? Probably do the font. With white text. And yeah, okay. Be right back. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, the pixels. I think that'll be worth it. Yeah. Look at that coming together so nicely. Alright. Another stretch. Good stuff. Alright. Alright, probably should add some nice little gradients of color. Or, you know what, we'll work on some colored line art. Yeah, so we will fuse all of you guys, and then use some gel pen. Oh, nope. Did that wrong. Nope, wrong thing again. Take off drawing assist, clipping mask. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Good stuff. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I don't think this little guy has anything for me to fill in. Yeah, no. Alright. Yeah, because most of the stuff I have is in grayscale anyway, so leaving it as dark line art should be fine. Alright, we'll have the light source. Just add in some little drop shadows. That'll go, what, on top of? Yeah, right there. We'll use this as the shadow color. Actually, we'll do this. Yeah. And then we will multiply and lighten. There we go. Alright, I'm hoping that the colors are coming up decently on the side of Twitch, because from my computer screen these do not look great, because I'm looking at my iPad and it's coming up as very different color vibes. Is this going to show up on top of the... Yes, it will. Okay. Perfect. That should fill. Yay! Okay. All right. Not too shabby. Is that going to show up on top? No, it'll only be behind. That's fine. Okay. Not a lot of shadow that shows up for the iPad, but that's okay. All right. What time are we at? 3:19. All right, sweet. So that's what? About... What is it? Yeah, we're good. Honestly, what I'll probably do is I'm going to add some, like, let's see. Oh, nope, wrong. Incorrect. Let's see how this turns out. Maybe not. Should probably just do shadows and that's it. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I should do... Let's see. What can we do here? Maybe add a little bit of a gradient to this. Oh, this is something I can actually symmetry out. Yeah, that's perfect. Maybe adding one more layer to like get more of that chair shape. Oh, forgot to put on the drawing assist, so it will be symmetrical. There we go. Okay, and then connect that over. Ooh, yeah, I like that a lot. Perfect. Maybe a little darker. Yeah, right there should be good. And then you know what? I will add a little bit of defining with the line work. This is the darker one, so the thinner is this. Yep, and then put on drawing assist. And then do a little bit of that. Yeah. There we go. I like that. Should I have it go all the way up? Probably not. Or, you know what? Actually, I will have it go a little farther up. look good. There we go. Whoa, this gray that I have here is like almost the exact same color as like this little outline. So it was tripping me out. Okay. And then no longer assist, and then erase that. And then what I'll do is I will have that clipping mask, have that be a darker shade. And then, there we go, I like that. There we go. Have it be, oh, didn't realize that line art's connected to that. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Now I have a little chair. And then, alright, what else does this little environment have? Should this be the time to test out new techniques? Who knows? But we're going for it anyway. Okay. Should probably separate all the different colors, but you know what? Actually, I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to go ahead and do just some, like, I don't know what this style of lighting is technically called. I think I do know what it's called. It's just the name's escaping me right now. Because, like, my brain wants to say cast lighting, but I don't think that's correct. Ooh, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's cute. Can my sweaty hand quit making that move everywhere? Okay. Yeah, we'll have that be the light source. I love the technique of, I don't know what I'm doing, but it looks okay. Oh, we should probably add some little shiny on his tail. Perfect. Yeah, I like that a lot better, actually. Because, like, I was thinking about the material, like, I don't know if anybody actually, like, I have a little Monchichi, and the material that Monchichis are made out of is, like, almost, like, matte? Like, I don't even know if that's the right... I'm not great when it comes to texturing words. I'll have to look into all the technical terminology, but their fur texturing is really interesting. And so it's like nothing that was coming to my mind as far as like a little bit of a shading technique was really clicking. But this feels right. And if you also own a Monchichi, I think you know what I'm talking about. Alright, give him a little shine right there. And then erase. There we go. Alright, yeah, that's looking way better. I like the vibes of this so much more. Alright, and then give him a little bit there. There we go. Yeah, this works. I'm liking this. Who knows? Maybe I'll step away from this and then come back and be like, yeah, I'm going to completely redo this. And that's okay. It's all part of the process. Oh, that's not in the... Alright, right now we're just working on the fur lighting. Got it. Because the other stuff's on a separate layer. Can you not? There we go. Okay. I am loving these vibes. Look at that. It's all coming together. All right. Whew. Oof, I don't know if you could hear that, but that was my neck. All right, let me try. Oof. Yes, I will definitely be doing some stretchies here shortly. Where else do I need on the fur? Probably like right there a little bit. And right here. Yay! Oh, this is great. I am loving this. I should give them some little rosy cheeks. And possibly some... I want to give them little, like, swirlies almost in their ears. What does that look like? Yeah, I like that. That's cute. Because I see those all the time on, like, little monkey characters, and I thought that was cute, so they're gonna get them. Then this one should be the other one. Oh, whoops. Too much erase. Okay, so how am I gonna give this to you? Oh, maybe. That goes around like that. That works. So be right about there. Maybe there. Yeah. That doesn't look quite right. Hold on. That should be alright. And then I will do that with like a lighter pinky color. Maybe that'll look nice. Maybe not. Honestly, the dark... Ooh, you know what? No, I should do it in like a darker... Yeah, that's a better one. Okay. I like that better. Yeah, that's cute. I like that a lot. It's coming together. Bigger. There we go. All right. Should I potentially have their eyebrows be whatever the color is? Yeah, that should be okay. Oh, what is the color this guy had right here? Yeah, that works. I think. We'll look at it with everybody and then decide from there. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, that's okay. We can always undo. The power of technology. Okay. Nah, I'm not feeling it. Alright. Undo. There we go. Yeah, we'll just keep them like that. Alright, what else can I add here? Should probably add some to the pencil. Yes. Should... what is this? A little bit of a... about right there. And then I think that should be good. Yeah. If I did that, then okay. I'm gonna try something here. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. And then Gaussian blur that. Yeah. Oh. Bigger. Faint. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Because this kind of has the pencil that I'm using, like the digital pencil, isn't quite an Apple Pencil, so this should work. Yeah. And honestly, I think having the little guys look more illustrated and drawn in than like real, like rendered, kind of works better for it. Ooh, and you know what? I totally forgot that I need to fill in this part because this is where his arm would be. Perfect. Okay, and then there's skin. I don't think this is a layer for anything, so we'll use this. And we will have that white, and then I can do the little fingies. Yeah, now that I'm realizing it, that's why it just wasn't clicking with the Monchichis earlier, was that I don't need to make them look more rendered in. I need to almost make them look like little imaginary dudes. I think that works better for the vibes. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot better. Put a little bit right there. A little bit on him toes. A little bit on him toes. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Oh, undo. What did I do? Uh-oh. Okay, guess I accidentally undid that. Whatever, I can always redo it. Nope. Bro. There we go. Okay. There we go. Much better. Oh, it accidentally did this one too. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Figured it out. We're gonna give him a little bit of a shiny noggin. Yeah. Maybe a little bit farther out. Yeah. A little bit on him ears. Maybe not that much. There we go. That's better. A little bit on his cheek. Yes. Oh, I like this a lot. This is coming out really good. Okay. A little bit on the fingy. Perfect. Alright, and this one I tried to do earlier, but was on the wrong layer, but now we did it. Alright. Okay, that was a bit loud. Let me move the mic a tiny bit away from my mouth. Alright, there we go. And now, who's next? I got you, I got you. I'll do a little bit on your ear. Maybe a little more. Yeah. Okay. And then, oh, you're next. Okay. Oh, jeez. Flying me all over the place. Alright, how does that look? A little too much on the middle. There we go. Give this guy a little bit of a shiny noggin too. Because they have this like plastic skin on actual Monchichi toys that I think that this kind of works for. A little silly, but I think it works. Should round that out a little more. There we go. And then... Perfect. Okay. And then a little bit right here. Okay. There we go. All right. I am really liking this. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Should I give them a little white outline? I don't know if that would be too much white, because you already have the desk and the pencil and the shine. So... maybe not. What we'll do is... what else do I have going on in my background here? Not a whole lot. So this might be... I think this will be good. And then I think what we'll do actually, to make this look a little bit better, I'm thinking, hold on. What I'll do is I'm gonna duplicate the shadows, erase, oh, maybe not. Did that work? Yeah. Is that changing anything? Oh wait, that's that shadow. Whoops. Wrong shadow. That's that one. And then... which one's which? Is this... okay, these are these shadows. If I duplicate these, and then I erase... or if anything, I could always slightly Gaussian blur those. That might work. Hold on. Like right there. Oh, yeah, that works. Hold on. Yeah, like a little before and after. Yeah! Ooh, that's it. That's the vibe. That's it. That's what I was missing. There's probably more stuff I could add to this, but for right now, this is looking pretty good. And then I wanted to give these little guys little rosy cheeks, so we'll do that. Put a little bit of like a peachy color. We do it like this. Maybe not. Let's see. We'll add a little... this brush honestly works for this because I kind of want it to be... okay, let's try it out on this guy. And then lower the opacity. And then maybe erase... oop, not that much. Erase the edge here. Kind of feeling it, kind of not. Honestly, I think these look pretty good. I think this is looking good. What else can I add? Maybe I can just add some like little drawn in stuff on the very top. Do like just some little doodles, like some little stars or something. Because there's a lot of negative space that I kind of want to fill up. Yeah. Yeah, I think that kind of works. And then if I kind of... Yeah, kind of have it come like flying off. Yeah. Because, like, almost what I'm imagining is that it's like these are like the little creative brain cells in my head. Because, like, yeah, because, like, you know, inner child energy. I think that this works for that. He's a little guy that's like drawing and stuff, so we'll go with that. Just kind of bringing little drawings to life. And if anything, I could have these just kind of moving around a little bit. Just do a little GIF. Just kind of have them floating around a little. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, this is cute. Maybe I'll brighten those up a little bit, though. A little more saturation, a little brighter. Yeah, this is good. And then we'll do that, but a slightly different color, maybe? Like a more of a green for the green guy. Have him have a little thought bubble. Oh, maybe a little less green, more blue. Yeah, that's better. Little thought bubble for this guy. Because, like, it almost looks like chalk, which, oh my gosh, I loved drawing with chalk as a kid. That was so much fun. As a kid, I still enjoy drawing with chalk. Yeah. Give this guy a little thought bubble. Yeah, this works. I like this vibe. This will be, yeah, so I'll have everything else stay still, and then these will be the things that I'll kind of redraw over to do sort of a... Or maybe do some little... What else could he have going on? Oh wait, no, I want this vibrancy with like a bluish purple. This color matches him, right? Maybe a little more blue. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, okay, this is, yeah. There was way too much negative space that it's like I wanted to do something a little more. We'll have him... what'll he have? Some little question marks, maybe? Because he looks like a curious little guy. Nope. Didn't want to do that. There we go. And then have him have some little... Yeah. Oh, I like this. Because, like, some of the angles that I'm drawing these little things at is, like... almost like drawing it, writing in the air. It's a little close, but... that's okay. Hit. Perfect. Yeah, a little off screen, that'll be nice. And then we'll have one be a lot more purple for this guy. Oh, a little less purple. Yeah, that's a good one. We'll give this guy some little hearts. Yeah. Oh, this is so cute. Yeah. See, I told you, I'd end up giving all these little guys different personalities and stuff. I know myself so well. Yeah, and maybe do a little bit more blue, because the blue one's the one that seems like... Honestly, you know what I just realized this totally is just like... Almost like, what's that one movie? Inside Out. Like, these are all my little creative little beans in my head, you know? Like, rather than emotions, it's more of just, like, states of being. Like, I got my little... The blue one I feel like is the little creative one, the little doodling one. We'll put another star right here for this guy. I can probably get rid of the drawing guide now. Yeah. But yeah, I love how that just kind of happy accident happened. That's perfect, actually. Yeah. All right. I am loving this. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this totally works. Just enough like visual clutter to have it be a little more interesting, because I was like, there's a lot of negative space in here. Actually, I'm gonna erase this one because it's a little too close to the be right back part, so we'll have it be like right here with like one here. Yeah. And then maybe like a little scribble. It's kind of like coming off, maybe. I don't know. Does that work? Yeah. Oh, look at this. This is so precious. This feels like almost like a children's book illustration. That's what this is, ultimately. I think that this is a project that is a homage to my inner child. I mean, that's literally what it is, with just me being like, you know what, I'm gonna lean into the whole Monchi-Chi thing. This is so freaking cute. Alright, we'll have more of these, kinda. Hip, and hip. Yeah, like they each all have their own little, like, kind of symbolisms going on. Put another little circle there and there. Maybe a little too much. Okay, I like the, I kind of like the star thing going on. And, oh, I forgot I put those all in the same layer. Okay, I like the line a lot. What else can I have? I'll have this one have maybe some, like, lightning bolts, because it's got, like, that, like, energy blue kind of color. Like, energizing blue. Yeah, lightning bolts. I think lightning bolts suits this guy. Viewers, first time chat. Hello. What is being said here? First time chat. Welcome, welcome. What is that? Oh. Gotcha. All right. All right. As you can see, I am not exactly well versed in the ways of Twitch, but we'll get there. All right, between that and maybe some little like triangles, yeah. Maybe. Hold on. Hello, welcome. You are coming in at a great time. I'm just about wrapped up doing this little be right back title card? I don't know the official words for anything. I'm just kind of making everything up as I go. But yeah, just adding in the last little effects now. These I will probably end up doing a little bit of... Animation's a strong word. It'll just end up being like a little GIF that'll play, and just the only things that'll really be moving is just like these like little chalk-esque things. Making your own stuff. You're your channel. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, I made everything. So all of the stuff that you see here, like the little backdrop, the little PNG tuber that I got moving here, all of this was made by myself. I've got so many things that I have in the works. This is just the first one of many. So I have this little title card here. I've got plans for making like a little off-screen thing, or like offline thing for when I'm, when the stream's offline. And then like a see you later for ending stream, and then this for when I'm setting stuff up for stream. So I've got all of those. Yes, Monkey. So I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it, but the essential vibes, like these little creatures and stuff like that, it's all inspired by Monchichi. They are like, I don't know if you know what those are, but they're essentially these little like toy collectible type things that I don't know, like I don't know, I probably have to fact check this, but I think they originated in Japan, and then at least for me it kind of, I think they made a little bit of a mark on like Hispanic culture as well, because like growing up, that was like a little nickname for me when I was a little kid, was Monchichi, because I was a very hairy baby. I like, apparently I had like a full head of hair way earlier than I should have, and that's what my grandpa called me, was like a little monkey, and then my mom ended up coining me as like Monchichi. So these little guys have just kind of been in the back of my brain, and I am so happy because they've almost kind of like resurfaced in popularity, because of things like Labubu's and like different little mystery box things. Like they've come back almost in popularity because of these new age kind of things that are like these little collectibles. So I think, I don't know, I think it's really cute, and I have like so many ideas for almost formatting it that like when somebody new follows, or like creating different assets for when I become Twitch affiliate, like my followers are a bunch of like little Monchichis, or at least just kind of having them be the little brand almost. But we'll see. Oh, what was that? Did something pop up on screen? Because I heard a notification. First time chatter, hello, April Rains. I believe that was my follow notification. I think it went by way too fast for me to see and notice, but if you did leave a follow, thank you so much and welcome. I am going to be streaming for, what time is it now? 3:56. Okay, so another half an hour. Wonderful. Welcome. I'm just working on all of the assets for like my Twitch setup and everything like that, so this is just about done. Pretty much this is what it's gonna look like. I'm just gonna have the these little doodles here. I'm gonna have them probably just like move around a little bit, like very minor, not even animation, just like a little GIF that'll play if I ever need to step away for a little bit or anything like that. But this one's, yeah, just about done, and then I would say probably next week or whenever it is that I'm going to stream, we'll work on stuff like this, my little offline card, my ending stream card, and then my starting stream card. So lots of stuff on the to-do list, but I wanted to get started as soon as possible. So I just, slapped together this cool PNG tuber model, which was super duper fun and actually surprisingly easy. I can honestly see this being a version 1 and making so many more interactive versions later down the line. And I'll probably save that for later streams because honestly, this is the perfect content for me right now. I think to make, be on my way to becoming Twitch affiliate. Thank you so much. The sketches alone look really nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've always loved the pre-production side of creating anything. So I figured, once I realized that, I'm not a Twitch affiliate yet, so I can't do stuff like, custom channel points or any form of like fun rewards or anything like that. I figured, okay, why not just stream the process of making all this fun stuff and then become Twitch affiliate and then be able to have a community and have you guys basically be like, oh, this would be a cool reward, or maybe you could do this or add this. Because there's plenty of stuff that I have on the docket for like what I want to make and like channel points and rewards and stuff like that. And just different things, different projects. Not only like maybe like I'll definitely be streaming when I make like emotes and different subscriber tiers and stuff like that. Like all of that stuff, I want to stream the process of making all of it rather than just coming out right out of the gate with just like everything completely done, because then I feel like I would have used up so much creative energy and then almost like burnt myself out before I even started. So I think it's almost better to like have that be my streaming journey. Is I want you guys to see what it is that I'm working on, and maybe even be like, hey, you could do this instead, because there's plenty of stuff. Like I want to be engaged with the community. That's like my favorite part, because like I've been so much more engaged with Twitch as a platform. I talked about it earlier, but just that like I had tried, and I've been on stuff like TikTok and Instagram for a long time, but unfortunately due to the world being on fire and horrible evil people being in control of it, it sucks. So like you'll see at the bottom corner, like I have those 3 platforms, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Twitch, as like my new avenue that I'm leaning in towards. Because Blue Sky is so much more friendly of a community for artists, I feel like. Just being able to do stuff on Twitch, like I've been watching so many different art streamers to kind of get a feel for like what I want to do, and it's a really great community, especially with all the AI stuff happening and such. Yes, absolutely, that is one of the biggest things. One of the things I like, I could rant about and be angry about, but at the end of the day, it's like rather than sitting around and like trying to, if anything, retreat in and be like, okay, well, I'm just not going to post anything and I'm just going to do stuff for me. It's like, but I don't, that's not what is fun for me. That's not the only thing that I like doing, is just doing that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love to draw for me, and this is a passion project right here. I love this energy, the aesthetic I'm making, all that stuff. I love it for me. But when so many platforms are all just dedicated to supporting generative AI, it becomes an uphill battle that it's like, I don't want to fight that. Like, that's not what I want to do. I want to just be able to come onto a platform and make some cool stuff because I like it. And that's it. Like, I just want to be able to engage with a very sweet community and be able to interact with other artists. So thankfully, stuff like Blue Sky exists, and that's kind of what I'm leaning in towards now, is creating more of a platform there. And I feel like I'm more suited to do live streaming content, because I had tried a couple of different times to create YouTube formatted content, and it just isn't for me. I yap too much. So I think streaming is right where I should be, to be able to just outpour creative juices. I'm not an artist, but I have plenty of friends that I understand. I do write, and the AI scrapping my writing scares me for sure. Yes. It's a very scary thing, and something that I think the ultimate protest against stuff like that is to continue to be creative, and despite it all, like sometimes doing things out of spite, but being happy and doing things that you love out of passion, in sort of a spite fuel, is kind of almost its own beautiful form of protest. And hey, yapping is great for Twitch streaming. Yes, it is. I am loving it. This is great for me. I have so many words to say and so many things to talk about that Twitch streaming just feels right for me. I really love this, and like I'm totally comfortable with like me as a real person, but having this little like character and having like a little like customized platform and stuff like that, that's something for me. And honestly, I should probably take off the text and be right back, because there might be people that are passing by the stream and wondering like, are they there? Are they not there? But I'm working on stuff that will be for when I am not here at other later points. So we'll just leave it like this for now, just so people can hopefully come on by and see what's going on. but yes, yapping is definitely perfect for Twitch streaming. And honestly, this, like, I really like this. Like, this is super fun for me. I enjoy this a lot. All right, so going back to this, I think that with these combined, maybe not this one. Maybe I will do it a little bit smaller. Formatting things. Well, yeah, that works. I think the fun really starts when you begin making those connections, sharing communities and all. Growing the community is always so much fun for sure, finding your niche and such. Yes, very much so. And that's honestly, that's why I'm starting off like my streaming like start with making those assets and almost creating that niche from the ground up and letting people get to see that, because I feel like cementing your niche and your vibes behind the scenes can definitely be good if you know exactly what you're doing and you've utilized social media for a long time and all that good stuff. Go for it. I think that is perfect. But like for someone like me, where like I didn't get a phone until like I was in high school. I didn't get social media until high school. So like a lot of this stuff is still very new for me, in the realms that I don't really like. I don't have as much casual experience with social media and like content creation, where most people have been like watching YouTube and interacting online for a long time, ever since like maybe you were a kid or something like that. And I definitely don't regret it. I think that there's some beauty to that, where I don't feel jaded by a lot of the like starting out stuff. Like just getting to start this and getting to be engaged with like very small start, like I am very excited. Yeah, branding is what helps you stand out for sure. Yes, definitely. And I actually am grateful because I've gotten to be a part, like, I'm a jack of all trades, honestly. Like, I've gotten to be a part of a lot of different kinds of projects through a lot of different stuff, whether that was working with my community or doing stuff through art school, or just like personal projects, or just like personal interests. Like, I've gotten to, like, I know how to do this stuff. Like, I know how the process works fairly well. But a lot of the stuff I am experiencing for the first time, which honestly I feel like gives it a much better energy. I wasn't introduced to this realm till 2021-ish exactly. And what's crazy too is that because of stuff like, like going through COVID and like a lot of the stuff that's being reshaped with algorithms and a lot of the media that exists now, it's like we're inventing a completely new realm of like what internet culture is going to be shaping out to look like. So it's a new realm for everybody. So I feel like for me, it's like this is honestly the perfect time for me to step in and kind of start making my own stuff, because everybody else is also trying their best to figure out, okay, well, now what? What do I do now? How do I, what do I want to make? What kind of stance do I want to make? Because with, like we were talking about before, with like generative AI, it's like, that's, I feel like what I'm seeing a lot from a lot of art streamers is that most of it is just kind of this casual act of defiance of like, I don't want to just allow that to happen. I don't want to just do what everybody else is doing. That's not what I ever liked doing. And now it's like, it's almost like a call to action for people that, that actively don't want to see that and are wanting to do something against it. And of course, that's not everybody, but at least from what I've observed, that's kind of the underlying tone, is that it's like, you know what? Screw it. I will go ahead and create a platform. I will go ahead and create stuff that will create a community of people that are tired of seeing that kind of thing, and want something else other than what everybody else is doing just because it's easy, or whatever it is that the mindset is for people that for some reason are okay with that, just because that's all that, these bigger names or bigger corporations are pushing out. I will always support my friends and other artists. Commissions are a big thing. Yeah, especially with the Twitch community and such. Find someone in your budget, never use AI. Real. Preach. Yeah, that's kind of my motto at this point, where it's like, I almost want to become another source of that, because it's like, more often than not, like, a lot of the stuff, like, as you can see, and I literally can go through all of my different drawing files and stuff like that, like, I can make a lot of the stuff for myself. And knowing that I have that power, it's like, I want to let people know that. I want to let people know, like, hey, I'm actively building this platform. I'm actively building these assets and doing stuff that I like because I like to do it. But being able to not only do that just as an individual, but being able to share that with other people, of like inspiration, of like, hey, you can do this too, or you can support someone that's doing it and be engaged in a community, that you don't have to just allow things to happen. You can build your own environment when it comes to stuff like that, when it comes to the content that you surround yourself with, when it comes to the medias that you ingest. All right, let's see how this looks going back and forth. Okay, this is gonna be a weird way to do this, but there we go. Okay, and then I think I can turn on the animation tools. Animation assist, and then turn this off, and then bring that down. Oh, wait. Hold on. I love that you're willing to show the process and all. Yes, that, like I said, this is my favorite. I love this. I love getting to see, because like I have this humongous collection of like concept art books and like behind the scenes stuff. Like, I love collecting physical media. I love seeing the process and like what could have been, because it just shows you just how much creative energy that people have. Because like, you'll get a final product, you'll see something at the end and be like, oh yeah, cool, not realizing that all of this thought process, all of this time and energy and passion gets poured into this stuff. And it's like, I want to see that. I love watching behind the scenes footage and like the makings of, like, that's my favorite thing. And I think a lot of people do genuinely enjoy that and want to see more of that. And I think that's kind of the root of why people do stuff like this, is to be able to be around in that energy while it's happening. Because if you're just getting, the final product and that's it, it's like, that's great. I don't mind that. That's awesome. Like, most people, that's how they operate. But I think that there's still a lot of other people that it's like, oh, cool. Like going to conventions and interacting with the people that voice acted characters or were part of the production team for projects or anything like that. It's like, I want to know, like, how did it feel? Like, what did you think? What was your thought process? Like, I want to peer deeper into something. Like, there's this, I don't know which director it was that said something along the lines of, like, I think there's so many creatives that have said something adjacent to this, but just that aspect of, like, don't focus on trying to hit a wide audience. Like, don't go wide, go deep. Like, pour yourself into something specific, and everything else will follow, because you'll be surrounded by people that see that passion. I adore watching the process kind of things, like with music creation, watching artists draw, hearing about others' writing processes and all. Yes, literally, that's like 95% of what my like YouTube history is, and like the media that I collect. More often than not, isn't even the finished product, it's the stuff that came before it. It's all of the sketchbooks. Like, I always hold on to every, like, like, I've almost been trained that way. Like, I remember when I was younger, I would be drawing things as a kid and not think anything of it, but not even realizing that, like, my mom, she would save every little scrap of, like, sketch I made or random doodle I did on a random piece of paper, and I would go to throw it away, and she would go and fish it out, and, like, years later, she was like putting a piece of my work in this huge bin, and I was like seeing in and like, hey, I remember throwing that away. Where did you get that? And she just casually was like, I always save all of your stuff. I always make sure that all of this stuff is saved because it's really cool. And my mom and my dad are both not I wouldn't say they're completely uncreative. Like, they're very creative people, and they've got their own realms, but neither of them are artists. And so when I started showing an interest in that kind of stuff, it was like they both kind of just looked at each other and were like, do you know where this came from? Because I don't know. And so that's, for me, where I'm very grateful, because I realize that there's an appreciation for this stuff, because not everybody has that same creative energy. Not everybody sees the world in the way that artists do, and the like how deep that they'll take things, or how much focus they'll pour into a project. That for somebody that has never looked, it has never opened those doors, has never looked into those worlds, it's like being an artist means that you get to show people that. And so I think that I almost got that part of myself nurtured by my mom, by my parents, who were so supportive, who actively were like, hey, we may not understand 100%, we may not know exactly what it is that you're doing all the time, always, but we want you to know that, like, this is really cool. Like, what you're doing and who you're meeting and what you're making, like, this is worth celebrating. And even though we may not know how to celebrate it in the way that it needs to be, we want you to know that we're here. And so seeing that dedication from them as people that didn't fully understand, it's like, I need to, if anything, I felt like I needed to go deeper. I needed to appreciate what I was doing even more and be willing to share that with other people, because I didn't even know that at the time. And so now it's like, I think part of that got developed by them vocalizing, like, hey, we may not always get it, but we want you to know that we're here for you. And we want you to know that, like, this is super cool, and you should be proud of this and respect this and honor this even more than we are, because we don't even know the full 100% of what's happening in your brain. We just see the final product, and, or like, you know, you'll see a final product and think, maybe it's not good enough, I'll throw it away, whatever. And then there's my mom, who was fishing stuff out of the recycle and saving it. And I know for a fact, if, like, I live in a different state from her now, but if I go back and ask her, like, hey, do you still have that bin of all my stuff? She probably has a huge collection that I don't even know about. And so now I have, like, you know, now I've got digital tools. Now I'm, like, doing things that are in completely different realms than I was doing before. That it's like, this is so cool. Like, I really love this so much. And it's like, I want to learn, like, I want to continue to, like, honor that inner child, honor these things that should be honored, that should be celebrated. And it doesn't even have to be this big thing. I have a very active imagination, so I definitely wish I got into drawing, but I am curious, if I did try to stick to drawing, if I would have stuck to writing the way I have. And see, that's a good thing. That's a good food for thought, honestly. I think it's something that we've all got our creative arts. We've all got our things that we pour ourselves into, that it might not look the same, but the emotion and passion that's behind it, it's honestly, it's just about finding your medium. Because, like, I think about it even with, like, art as a whole, that, like, you have people that work with traditional media, you have people that work with animation, that have people that work with just 2D illustration or 3D modeling. Like, even in the realms when you talk about drawing and art and stuff like that, it's like that in itself is already such an expanse of mediums and creative styles, that you take it one step further and you just talk about art in its entire form, where it's like you have writing, you have music, you have movie making and acting, and, like, it's boundless. Dance, cooking, like, it doesn't have to just be limited to, you know, one specific thing that you think of, because, like, this is just one grain of sand in the expansive, you know, desert that is art as its whole. That it's like, you just gotta find that thing that speaks to you, that you genuinely enjoy, or that, you know, you find a balance of something that you enjoy and that you're good at, and you just kind of go with that. You just kind of get into that flow state of, like, this works for me. Because I was talking about that earlier, like, with my little PNG tuber I have here. Like, I did not realize it was going to be this easy to set all of this up until I tried it. And I really enjoyed it. So it's like, there are aspects of what we do as creatives that it's like, we don't even realize that there's other aspects and realms even deeper than what we had initially thought about. Because, like, for me personally, I've gotten to be involved in so many different like crafts and like activities across the board, not even just like even outside of art, like sports and all this other different stuff. And it's like, it's just a harnessing of that energy, and it's really fun. And so it's like, I've gotten to do animation, I've gotten to do ceramics, I've gotten to play sports, I've gotten to draw, like in just about every format. I've gotten to make a mural, I've gotten to illustrate a children's book. So it's like all of this stuff that, you know, on paper, it's like, oh, all of this stuff is so different and so vastly, you know, wide in realms of technical skill. But for me, it's like, it all came from the same place. It all came from that same creative pool. So it's just like, I love that for myself. I love that I can just make anything. And I might not be like, I would not consider myself an expert in any one field, but being able to say that it's like, yeah, I've been a part of a lot of different stuff is really fun. I love it so much. It's all from the same place. Yeah, the same part of the brain. We all just process the creative side differently. Exactly. And I think innately, in the same way that like my parents, you know, like, 'cause my dad, he's a big chef, like a big food guy. Like that's his thing. That's his flow state element. And then for my mom, she was a college level athlete and into sports medicine and health and wellness. So it's like, and then, you know, they have an art kid. So it's like, you see that and you hear that and it's like, oh yeah, those aren't the same things, but it's like, they are. Like, they're all pulling from a very similar part of the fact that it's passion, it's human passion. And I think that innately most human beings have and want to appreciate that. And so I think it's really cool, like, that platforms like this exist to be able to get to showcase that, because, you know, you even have like on Twitch on its own, it's like you have people that game, you have people that cook, you have people that are making games, that are making art, that are making things or ingesting content. And I think it's something that it's like, if you use it correctly, I think it's a great way to just pour love into human-made things, you know? It's pretty great. All right, let's see how this looks. I should have done good with the... Yeah, there we go. That's it. That's the vibe right there. Oh, that's perfect. There's something for everyone on the platform. Exactly. And I'm just one person. Like, I've seen so many things where it's like people have their like teams, or like, you know, like they have their whole like studios of people, and it's like, that's awesome, that's cool. And honestly, that's what I want to tap into by utilizing this platform, is like, I would love to build a little community of people and like share what I know and like give advice, not from a place of like, oh, I know better, but more so from a place of like, there is something out there for everybody. This is just one little refraction of light in the infinite rainbow that is the source of creative energy. So it's like, I love being able to create stuff like this and show that it's like, you just gotta start somewhere, you know? You just gotta find something that speaks to you and keep going with it. But yeah, back onto the content of what we're doing here, I am really happy with how this turned out. I was starting off and like, just kind of yapping and drawing and was like, all right, we'll see how this turns out, and was like figuring out what to do for the vibes, but this is perfect. This is exactly what's going to be going on. I like this a lot. All right, perfect. Honestly, what I'll probably do is export this as its own, turn this into its own separate thing. So I will make a completely new, a new canvas, and then just transfer all of this over there. So we will take these, and please don't crash. Come on. Here we go. Boink. Oh, please work. Oh no, it didn't work. Dang it. Okay, wait a minute. I think I know what to do. Hold on. Oh, wait, did I totally screw that up? Okay, no, it just copied it. Cool. Whew. All right, hold on. We'll figure this out. I have an idea. Okay, if I just take the final image, if I just duplicate this and then flatten it. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that should transfer properly this time. All right. There we go. That works. Okay, and then move that to the bottom. There we go. So then that way it's its own separate file, and then... Yeah, so we'll name this raw assets. And then final assets. Oh my goodness. Stay capitalized. Perfect. Okay. Whew. Alright. But yeah. Oh, nope. Now it's doing that again. Okay. So then I can just delete that. There we go. Yeah. I am very proud. Like, the fact that I got this all done in one stream. This is great. This is great. Alright. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. There's like a piece there that I didn't realize was there before. Is that the final one, or did I accidentally just add that? Oh, it's there. Okay, hold on. We'll turn on Animation Assist here. Turn this to background. Turn this to, what, like 6? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Cool. Alright. Look at that. Final product. So cool. Alright. And then, what's the time now? 4:24. Alright. Definitely not enough time to get anything else indefinitely started or done, but I'm proud. I'm proud that we got one of these things completely done and good to go. And then I'll have like a few days to figure out how it is that I need to set this up, so that way I can have it be something that can pop up whenever I need it. But yeah, alright. That is one and done. What is this? I don't know what this is. We're deleting it. Alright, the next one we'll work on, I think, for next time, will be our offline screen. I think that'll be a good one to do. And I'm not sure if I can do a little mini GIF animation for my offline screen. I think that's just going to be a still image. So I will look into that to know what it is that I need to aim for, because I would hate to do a bunch of stuff and then learn that's like, actually you can't, that's not a correct format for that specific asset. So we'll just focus on a still image for that one. But yeah, and then next one on the docket will be one or the other of these. But yeah, I am happy that we got one of these done today. I believe it's still only... Yeah, I figured. Twitch can only be so amazing for creators. Considering all the other stuff that exists, I'm not too upset about it. It'll be fine. But I'm very happy that we got this done today. I'm happy that I was able to finish it in a timely enough manner that didn't go too far over what I had planned for. So, because I was only planning to stream till 4:30, so I think today was a pretty successful stream. I'm very proud of it. And then I'm also recording this, so what I'm planning on doing for the foreseeable future until I learn something that could be better or different, I'm planning on, streaming the live content as is here on Twitch, and then eventually uploading VODs over to YouTube. So that way I have like a little personal archive of all of my streams. I know that Twitch offers a way for you to store them internally as videos. Like you can just save all your VODs, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But what I'll probably do is utilize Twitch for the raw footage, raw live streaming, and then YouTube for all my VODs, and then any final images or any like Twitch announcements of when I'm going live over on Blue Sky. And then I'll still probably, I have both of my Instagram and my TikTok privated just because I still want to keep those things as personal archives and the accounts just to like chit chat with friends. So you can still, like, I'm the same tag on every single platform, so if you want to look me up on those, I still accept followers, even though they're privated, so if you want to look into that, go for it. But when it comes to posting new stuff, like, I'm only gonna probably, what's it called? I'm only gonna probably upload to Instagram and TikTok just to be like, hey, I'm streaming, but everything else in its final form will end up going over to either Blue Sky, to YouTube, and then of course the raw stuff here on Twitch. There's an export feature, but the storing all VODs is capped now to only 100 hours. Yeah, see, I don't like those limits. So I'd rather have them all separated and organized in a nice way. So YouTube will probably be where all my VODs will go up. I don't know when I'll post it. What I'll probably do for YouTube, just to kind of maximize on their algorithm, is I will save a bunch of my streams recorded and have a backlog of those of like maybe like 3 or 5, and then start an uploading schedule separate on YouTube. So the VOD won't go up until, I don't know, maybe like a few weeks from now, like a month maybe. But I'm committing myself to a streaming schedule of at minimum once a week. Every Wednesday from 2 to 4:30 Mountain Standard Time, I will be here doing stuff like this, working on assets. And yeah, and then I will always announce or like try to figure out a way to like notify anybody that's following me on Twitch, like if I ever do an unplanned stream, because my work schedule will allow me to do that sometimes where I'll have time off. And so now that I have this all set up, I'll just be like, you know what, let's just do a stream today, and it'll be the same stuff. It's just working on Twitch assets. But yeah, that's kind of the general outline for now. Just on the road to becoming Twitch affiliate first, and then from there, you know, we'll work on more assets for new things that I'll be able to unlock. But yeah, it is officially 4:30 now, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up stream. Thank you to anybody and everybody that was kind enough to join. Thank you, April Rains. You have been the gem, honestly, of the meat of the stream. I really appreciate it. It's obviously, you know, it's a slow start, you know, when you're starting out doing stuff like this, but it's people like you that I think make it all worth it. You got this. I'll try to pop in when I can. Yeah, for sure. You're always welcome in. Like I said, I will announce on different platforms whenever I decide to stream unprompted, but like I said, 2 to 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time every Wednesday. That is when you will for sure be able to see me. So, thank you all, and have a great rest of your day.